Hey everybody, so I'm prepping for a unboxing video, but I'm going to shoot a little bit of an intro for something that went a little sideways this weekend. The BMW M Roadster, Emma 98 M Roadster, the top that I had put on it, I kind of cheaped out on the parts and I paid the price, so the back window popped out. So I ordered another one and I was shooting a DIY. This is that DIY, but I'm going to warn you. First of all, you can do it. Secondly, I stopped shooting because the lighting wasn't great. I stopped shooting after disassembly. It literally, if I show you every step of how to take the top off, all you got to do is do it back in reverse order. So if you are looking for a DIY for how to put a top on, trust me, you can do it. Here's some before and after pictures. You can do it. Go ahead and spend the $400 for the Sierra brand top with the stitched in window. You would think after I didn't learn a lesson from my son cheaping out, and I kind of cheaped out, you'd think it took me 2 lessons to not, I just stepped up and bought the best, and it's going to be amazing. So you can do it, take it on, here we go. Okay, so welcome to New Mexico Desert Classics. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm kind of in a crappy mood today. Don't know why, life's good. And but since I am in a crappy mood, I'm going to take on a project today that puts me in a crappy mood, whether I'm in a crappy mood or not. So this is Emma, M Roadster 98. I'm about to put my third top on this car. First two, so when my son owned it, the first one we did, he cheaped out on the materials. Second one, I thought I didn't cheap out on materials, but apparently I did because it lasted less than a year. So follow along today. This isn't going to be a step-by-step DIY like where I am physically taking screws out. I'm going to just talk you through each step, do each step, but I'm not going to video each step because quite honestly, those just do nothing but piss me off. I'm going to show you the screws and bolts to take out. I'm going to show you how to set up the top, and I'm going to show you what to order, and we'll have some fun. Maybe I'll be in a better mood by the end of the day. Okay, so let's start with what to order. Like I said, I kind of cheaped out last time. My son really cheaped out the time before. So we're going to give Sierra Auto Tops and Seats a try. This was, I think, right around 500 bucks. The last one I did was like 300. One before that was, I don't know, 200, something like that. So we're going to give this a shot. So I'm going to tear this thing open. All right, so we got the box torn open. First thing I can tell you is I like a couple things about this. One, I like the fabric, I like the material itself. Two, do you see those notches? That's really stinking cool because that's going to show us where to put the screws in the header. Three, see that? That is called double stitching. I'm a big fan. All right, so as we start this, okay, so 10 little screws removed, and right off the bat, I keep talking about the header. I'm going to tell you that Emma's what I mean. That's again taking that off. M Roadster, about 115,000 miles. Okay, good daily driver, not a show car, filthy right now, which is why I have not been driving it, and mainly because the top's been shot, power top on, and it's been sitting outside under a car cover. It's dusty as heck. You're gonna start peeling that back. Just what I'm about to do, you probably can't do. Okay, so I'm gonna walk around, and that is just flop my top back. Then we're going to start taking off the side. I have disconnected panels, the hydraulic top, because it sprayed hydraulic fluid all over one day. And this will flop and mash your fingers. Into that yet, so not a big fan. Now, but these right there is what we're working on. Peel out like this. So, okay, you just take them off along here, throw them in the seat. Series of screws, and we're going to pull those off to release the header. With a Torx bit, you're going to take those Torx fittings off. which will let you get to where the top is clamped in here. All right, so these Torx heads here are T25. So I like to use a screwdriver, don't put too much tension on them. All right, so I pulled the top two, loosened the bottom one, rotated it out of the way. Helps to keep it aligned later and helps you to keep everything figured out. So this is the little flap that tucks under there that all you're trying to do is loosen that to get it out. All right, so the view on the other side, because of the light in the garage, wasn't great. So it's this one you take out, this one you take out, and this one you loosen. This will rotate down and you can pull this little flap out. All right, now to release the cable. This is the part that I like the least on doing these tops. But you're gonna pop that screw, pull the spring off, and then pull this little bushing out and feed it through so that you can pass it back through in case your top didn't come with new cables, which we shall see. All right, so I've talked about popping this out. It goes up in there. All you do is put a screwdriver on the top of it, push down a little bit, and it'll come right out. And then you can feed your cable out. You kind of have to fish it. Of course, it's going to be a pain because I'm doing it one-handed. Really probably should have set up the tripod today. That way I wouldn't be making you guys sick to your stomach. All right, so both sides, cables out. As we flip it back, you'll see your first of the easiest part on the whole thing. Watch now, it's going to be a booger because I said it's the easiest part on the whole thing. Just pull those off. And the top can keep coming back. We'll work our way around the car. All right, so first the header, then pull the second bow, and then we're going to work our way back, and we're going to start down through these so that, because in behind here is a pain in the butt. Okay, so notice I did not pull this one off. I've never had to doing a top, and it helps you to keep aligned on where the rubber goes when you're putting it back in. Also note that I only pulled that one, that one, that one, and that one. The ones that are recessed in there, don't touch those. All right, now looking back in here, you'll see a series of screws. We're gonna pull those. We're just gonna let this side part of the top out. All right, so we got both sides. Front's loosened, back's taken out, screws pulled, flopped, and now all we get to do is the fun part, the very fun part. We gotta get that back down through this channel. Okay? Trust me, you can do it. All right. Okay, now to pop this one. All right, so we've done both sides, pulled, 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 pulled. 1, 2, 3, bow covers off. And now we're gonna start in the back. So I will detail that here in just a second once I figure out how to get some more light for y'all back here. All right, so next up is gonna be pulling this seal, which I can tell you from a friend of mine's personal experience, do not lose this and do not forget to put it back in because you will rust out your trunk. All right, folks, this is where I tear off the old top. Obviously, you can't get it all off, but let me show you why. So what you're actually trying to do is gain access to that black down in here All right, folks, so that is a pile of top, because this is where I like to rip the excess top material off, because it gives you access to that back in there. So if you see that black rail, that's what you're going to pull. And that's going to release the top material. It's sandwiched in there, and then you're just going to, on a reassembly, you're just going to re-sandwich it in there. All right, so once you've worked your way all the way around on the inside, you're just going to remove this bow here in the back. Be careful, it's plastic. And it's also got, like, oh, that sucks. It's also got some sealant tape on it that makes it nice and sticky. So you can see all the staples. You're going to have to pull the staples to remove the material, but we'll do that up on a bench. All right, so note that there's another back part to this that does not come off, okay? So where the plastic part that does come off is notched and the screw heads are recessed, just leave those screws. Those don't come out. All right, so I apologize, my garage is a mess. Decided to get something done instead of cleaning it. I'll clean it tomorrow after work. But so with the old top removed, you can see this is where the staples were and where they go. And so I've got the top laid down, inside down, put down the paper that comes in it. It also comes with protectant panels, but we're gonna just flip it over and line it up on this. You're gonna measure the ends, you're gonna staple in the middle, you're gonna staple on the ends, you're gonna work your way out in halves. I tend to go overboard on the number of staples, doesn't mean you have to. One of the things that I do want to stress on this, stress, good word. You know, we all think that we want a top on our car that, you know, you can bounce a penny off of. Well, I'm here to tell you that's probably why my last back window failed, is I got it too tight to the point I had to stretch it in when I was putting the top on, like when I was clipping it down for the first time with the clamp spoons. So don't do that. All right, so on the top itself, you've got this, and it fits down in here, and you staple it along all the way. Also note on this top, it's got markings on it, so that's going to be your center. That's going to be a little ways out from the center, a little ways out from the center, yada, yada, yada. All right, so let's talk staple guns. Today I'm going to be using an electric because I don't want to be putting a lot of pressure on this plastic. This one happens to be from good old Hobo Freight. It does the trick. All right, so notice how I'm following this, keeping it lined up with the bottom there. That makes it flush. Then we're going to run the flex tape where my 3 fingers are here to seal it all up. All right, staple gun has done its job. Worked all the way around. Nice and meticulous. And then went back and filled in some gaps. Now to go get some flex tape. Okay, so flex tape only comes in 4-inch widths. I just ran a 1-inch strip of alien tape on there, double-sided tape. We're gonna give it a shot. That should seal pretty good. Okay, so it's in and seated all the way around. It actually is supposed to sit lower than you would think. So I gotta do some flex in here when I put those bolts in. It's looking awesome. Okay, so on reassembly, the part that you would think would be a pain in the butt really isn't too bad, and that's feeding this cable back up through there. Here we go.